Hello and welcome to Thamesmead TV, where we look at the opening fixtures of the Ryman League campaign. Thamesmead kicked off the season away at Ware, and once formalities were out of the way, it was time to get down to business.
Go on, Thamesmead!
Thamesmead were put under pressure right from the start of the game, and after a nervy opening, Lee Coburn on 11 minutes played a suicidal ball across his own area for Jimmy Berry to pounce and strike home to put Ware 1-0 in the lead. Ware continued to dominate, and Khan Femi nearly made it 2-0 on 20 minutes. The Mead's best and pretty much only chance of the half came when Ricky Cable's shot was blocked by Dave Blower, resulting in both players needing treatment. Thamesmead came into the second half looking a different side and beginning to dominate possession, and on 67 minutes their work paid off when Scott Mulholland's cross cleared the Ware defence to reach the feet of Ricky Cable to fire home Thamesmead's first ever Ryman League goal and the equaliser. Nick Smith came on as substitute and made a big difference to the Thamesmead attack, twice going close. This first effort an audacious long-range chip of goalkeeper Richard Hayward, sailing just over the bar. Then with this second effort beating goalkeeper Hayward, but being pushed far too wide and not taking enough time to get his shot under control from an awkward angle. Just as it looked like Thamesmead would leave Hertfordshire with a point, Joe Stevens stepped up in injury time to fire home Ware's winner and break Thamesmead's hearts. Thamesmead then went on to make the same mistake and concede in the last minute at home against Potters Bar in a 1-1 draw the following Wednesday. But now we focus on the home game against Great Wakering Rovers.
Thamesmead went into the match with Great Wakering Rovers hoping for their first 3 points of the season, and they got off to a great start after 14 minutes when Ricky Cable made a run from the halfway line, beating one defender and then firing home past goalkeeper McKinley to make it 1-0. On the 25th minute, Thamesmead goalkeeper Chris Keneally pulled off a great save from this free kick. However, on the stroke of half-time, Rovers equalised when a ball over the top of the Thamesmead defence reached Dan Jones to lob Keneally in the Mead goal to make it 1-1. Into the second half, and on 65 minutes, Rovers took the lead when Nicky Bill struck home from close range. Thamesmead weren't about to lie down though, and just 2 minutes later, Richard Dimmock struck from close range too to equalise for Thamesmead. From this point, Thamesmead upped the tempo and took the game to Great Wakering Rovers, who seemed happy to sit back in defence, and Richard Dimmock nearly doubled his tally when this shot brought out a fantastic save from McKinney. So at full time, Thamesmead had to be content with just a point. We caught up with Keith McMahon after the match to get his thoughts on the opening 3 games of the Ryman League season. So Keith, now 3 games into the Ryman League season and come away with 2 points so far. Do you feel that the team have adapted to the higher level at the moment?
No, not really, to be honest. Today was a lot better. Every game we're getting better. Said to the lads, we could be sitting here with 9 points. The Ware game, first half was appalling. Second half we'd done really well, got back in it. Had a couple of one-on-ones in the last 10-15 minutes, didn't take them, and they scored the last kick of the game. Wednesday night the same. We made it really difficult. We thought we'd keep nice and solid. We did first half. Both teams were limited to chances. We changed it, scored our goal, we tend to go and thought, yep, hold out, and we panicked and conceded in the last minute again. Today we decided to go with it today, and we went back to 3 up front, and first half hour we were really good, scored, should have maybe took a 2-goal lead, we was sort of that much on top, conceded we were ball over the top just before half time. But to be fair to the lads, I had a chat with them at half time, and they come out in the second half and they looked only one side in it. We conceded another poor goal with maybe the only chance they went forward. Got back in it with a great work goal, and Dimo scored, and then their goalkeeper's made a Gordon Banks weldy from a corner, and we've missed another one-on-one, and Brown's had a chance. We had chances today, and the difference is the Ware game We had 3 chances, they had 2, we scored 1, they scored 2. In the week, again, a couple of chances. Today, we've had 5 or 6 chances, they've had 2, and it's ended up 2-2. So we need to adapt. The lads just need to believe that they're good enough to play, and that's what we keep telling them. Some of them are a little bit apprehensive, trying to take extra touches and that, but, you know, we're playing against good sides. You know, Great Wakering are a good side. I watched them play pre-season, and I said, lads, this is going to be our toughest test. I fancied them to be right up there. They were big and strong. Today, they're a little bit different than what I thought they'd be, and obviously they've come off the back of 2 defeats, so maybe confidence is a little bit low there. But they weren't a bad side, they were a good side, and so were Pass Bar. And that's the difference between Kent League and this level. You haven't got that much time on the ball. You need to keep it a bit better, and when you get a chance, you've got to take it. And you know, we're finding it out, but you know, we haven't lost now in 2. We've got Averley on Monday, which I fancy us going over there and getting a result. And it's such a long league, and it's not a sprint, as people said. It ain't like the Kent League where you can let them score and then we score 3 back. It's got to be a professional job, and we're adapting, but we're getting there. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased, to be honest.
With the substitutions that you made today, I think as with last week, bringing on Nick Smith really made a big difference, and it seemed that Curtis made a difference when he came on today and set up the second goal. Would you feel that a player like Curtis would be looking for selection, as we need to perhaps be pushing the ball out wide a little bit more?
Hey, you put me on the spot. No, listen, Curtis when he come on Wednesday night, when we went 5 across the middle, was excellent, and coming again today and done really well. But we've got a really strong squad, and because when you make subs, and that's my job, and that's one thing when you step up, you know, you've got to pick and choose when you make subs and not be afraid to change formation. You know, we played 3 games, we played 4-4-2, we've played 3-5-2, we played 4-3-3. I've watched the 3 sides and we've adapted to them. And when you make your subs, it's got to be at the right time. Don't make them for just making them sake. You've got to try and look at weaknesses or strengths. And you know, Curtis come on for Lou, may have broke his toe today, and he's done a great job. But when you've got a strong squad, you know, Robbie Tarrant didn't go on today, and Junior didn't go on today, and you know, Bingy come on was excellent as well. So you try and make a subs what you think's right at the right time. And the 3 times, to be fair, and I've been fairly pleased, I've made them at the right times. And every player that's in my squad can get a first team place, and that's not forgetting Steve White that's just been coming back, and hopefully he'll be involved Monday, and you know, Lee Dawson's and Danny Chapman's and all the youngsters. So you know, width is handy, but I've said to people, if you just think and go on the mentality of the Kent League where you can play wide and go for it, you get picked off at this level. Teams keep their shape really well, they're really well organised, so it's keeping tight, keep the ball, getting forward, men back behind the ball when you have to, keep your shape, and then you know, when it's time to go, you do, and that's what we're learning. So no, I didn't expect anything different from Curtis today. Didn't expect anything from Bingy. Didn't expect anything different from Peter Smith when I brought him on. You know, I left him out today only through the shape we played. And Monday's a different story. So you know, the lads have got to adapt and know that there's 44 games, plus you know, cup games, and they're going to be different squads picked for different games. So that's what we're doing.
True. And finally, looking forward to Averley on Monday. What do you know about them, and how do you feel about your approach?
I went and watched Averley pre-season against Sitting Bull, and that's pre-season. I've had Ian out there from Great Wakering is going to obviously have a chat with me, and I've had a chat with a couple of other managers that have played them recently in the first couple of games. You know, they've started well, and they're at home. It's going to be a tough game. There ain't no easy games here, but I'm confident at the moment. We ain't playing bad. We ain't hit our form yet, but we're 2 unbeaten, and the confidence is starting to come in the side now. They know they can play, and I fancy us going over there and getting a result. I really do, and hopefully it'll kickstart our season. But it ain't going to be too long, and once we get the first win, it's going to be a snowball effect, and I think we'll be all right.
Okay, well, Keith, thanks very much.
No problem.
Well, that's all this time on Thamesmead TV. However, you can catch up with behind-the-scenes action in the new BBC documentary The Dugout, available online from www.bbc.co.uk/London, and follow the link from non-league football. Well, next time, hopefully, we'll have more goals like this to show you on Thamesmead TV. Until then, take care and goodbye.